there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Scraptember and 30 Days of Sketches combined. Today's sketch is from Page Maps, and our prompt today is wood veneer. And so I do have that bag of wood veneer up on the upper right hand side. That is from MK Gun over at Some Assemblage Required, and I really like it, so I thought I would go ahead and pull that out and use it. I especially like the piece that says adventure on it, because these photos are of an adventure with my husband and myself, and we are it's the day we took our bikes down to Monterey, and we did a 24-mile bike ride. So the photos are of a couple of different things. Our bikes over at the cliffs, upon the cliffs overlooking the Monterey Bay, some boats in the Monterey Bay, just the bay in general, a picture of the speedometer, odometer type thing on my bike that says I'd hit the 100-mile mark on my bike. We hadn't had them that long, so that was kind of like a nice little milestone to document. And then my watch that tells how many miles we went, and what my heart rate was, and how much time we spent exercising, and all that kind of stuff. And then also a picture of the Frappuccino that I got at the end of it all. So a little reward for ourselves. So let's see here. So I pulled out that Let's Get Lost acrylic piece. That is from Color Cast Designs, and I thought that was a good one to document that we just kind of went along our way. We didn't really have a super planned out route. We kind of parked in an area we didn't plan to park in because they were doing construction in the area we were going to park in. So we were going to park further away and just ride to downtown Monterey. We ended up parking closer to Monterey. We rode past downtown Monterey. Then we rode back and past where we had parked and further north, and then back to our car. So we kind of like did this big zigzag. So it works out that the title says Let's Get Lost. So I'm using a ton of paper from Amy Tangerine's Bold and Brave. That teal piece or turquoise piece that I am putting down right now, I did have to adhere that together. I only had one long strip of it, so I cut it in half and kind of just puzzled it back together, puzzle pieced it. That pink piece is from the cut apart from Bold and Brave, and then I will be pulling in some green pieces from that as well. The part that says So Fun, the little circular piece there, that is also from that same cut apart sheet from Bold and Brave. And so pretty much everything so far is from that collection. And I did I gutted the little pink piece in the bottom right hand corner there because I'm going to use the little rectangular piece that's left over in the upper left hand corner. And so I am inking everything up in some blue distress ink. I'm using peacock feathers, and it's bringing in a little bit more of that teal look because I know right now that I have to bring in some more of that teal because I'm using the teal title that says Let's Get Lost. And so I wanted to kind of emphasize a little bit of the teal look because I've got that huge blue swatch behind all the photos. So I'm trying to bring in more of that other color so that it looks like it belongs there. I don't want it to look disjointed. And so wherever I can put that added bit of the teal, that's what I'm doing. So, and that's why I picked that piece that says So Fun on it, because it's that same color. I think it works well together and brings that same color up into the upper left. And so that makes me kind of happy. So I'm going to finish inking all of that up, and then I'm placing the wood pieces where I think I want them. And then I'm just going to fiddle around here with this little pink piece to kind of decide where exactly it should live, because I know I want it up in that corner, kind of going with the diagonal design, except for the title kind of throws that off. In the sketch, there aren't any additional pieces in the upper left-hand corner, but I know I want to bring some stuff up there because my photos are not a true grid like in the sketch, and there's a lot of open space there. And so I'm kind of taking advantage of that by bringing some embellishments up to that area. Now that pink piece, I am backing it on some white cardstock, and that is simply because when I cut out the other pink piece in the bottom right, I left a white border around that. So I know I want to go ahead and make them match. So then I'm adding a little bit more of the peacock feathers to this border strip. I'm going to tuck that in up in this upper left-hand corner so that it brings in more of that teal to that side. And I like how that's looking. So I'm going to go ahead and get that placed. And while I do that, I will remind you there are a bunch of people playing along with Scraptember and 30 Days of Sketches. All of the links are in my description box down below, so you can check out their videos there. And a shout out to Christy over at Christy's Beautiful Life and the Scrappy Sisters at the Scrappy Sisters, and Laura Alberts over at her channel for putting all of this together. So it's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm really enjoying it. And so I wanted to give them a quick shout out. So the wood pieces that are hollow, that don't have anything in the middle, I want to back those with something because I don't particularly like the way it looks when there are two pieces of paper that merge behind there and you can see it. It looks a little disjointed to me. And so I pulled in this green color and you can see I cut it out of the heart paper on the left-hand side there. And this was a suggestion from MK. She is actually sitting next to me while we were at this retreat, and that's where I'm filming. And so she really liked that color, and actually I love it once I get it added. It looks great. And so I thought it was just a nice pop of color. So thanks for the suggestion, MK. And so I just fussy cut those out and backed it like I would back a cut file. Now the circular piece, I thought I would use it, but I don't end up using it. It's just too many circles. And so I just bring in this little green strip that was cut out of that same Brave and Bold cut apart sheet that you see on the left hand side there. And then I'm just going to cut it in half and use it in both of the embellishment areas. So I'm liking the way that that's looking, and I'm going to go ahead and get those put down. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue everything with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And if you aren't familiar with this glue, I highly recommend it. It dries clear, it dries matte, and it doesn't clog very easily, especially if you leave it on its side when you're working. It doesn't clog very easily. If it does clog, you can pop the tip off and go run it under some warm water, clear it out, and put it back on. And then I highly recommend, if you do that, to do a test squeeze for your first squeeze after cleaning it out, because a lot of times it'll be a little bit more liquidy, and then you'll have a little bit of like water on your layout. So just a little note there in case you have a clogged nozzle. It doesn't clog very easily though, so I tend to leave it on its side like I am there and don't really have a whole lot of problems with it. The other thing that I like about it is that it dries fairly quickly, so you don't have to sit there waiting for a long period of time, and it holds really, really well. So if you have not tried it yet, I would highly recommend that you do try it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my acrylic piece down, and when you get these acrylic pieces from Color Cast Designs or many other places offer acrylic, they usually come with the backing still on. And so you can peel that off. It gives it a little bit more of a transparent look to it. If you don't want it to be real transparent, you can leave the backing on. I have done that. But this piece is it's already really dark, so it's not super transparent anyway. And I'm not putting it over a bunch of different pieces of paper. It's going smack dab on that circular white piece. And so it's going to look fine. So I went ahead and took the backing off, and then I just added some glue dots to it to hold it down. And that's the glue that I found has best worked. Any type of glue dot or Zots or any of those kind of glues work great in holding the acrylic onto your layout. I am going to ink up the entire background with more of that peacock feather distress ink. And I'm just using the regular distress ink. It's not the oxide, and it looks good. I'm really enjoying the added color to it and the pops that it is bringing to the pieces that I have inked up. It's making everything look a little bit more cohesive, and so that makes me super happy. And then lastly, I'm going to add some enamel dots in the same color as that pink paper. These enamel dots are from Gina Marie Designs. I use these all the time. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I do enjoy my enamel dots, but I really enjoy that you get a lot of enamel dots. So that whole sheet you get for $2.25 on her website. So you can just Google Gina Marie Designs and she will come up. She has tons of different styles and tons of different colors. And I really like that they bring in more of that soft pink. But you do have to use a little bit of extra adhesive to hold them down. So if that's something that you don't mind doing, I would highly recommend it. So I will try to remember to put the links for MK's shop and Colorcast shop and Gina Marie's shop down below. But check out everyone who's playing along. Thank you so much for watching today. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.